Hi, I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about the rose gold color that I have in my hair. I'm always getting questions and being asked how I get this done. And I actually do it myself, but I have been trained as a hairstylist. I have gone to school, I just didn't finish my apprenticeship. So regardless, I want to give you a little bit of background first. I started out at about a level 7. I was using a 743, which is like a light copper blonde. I always use copper in my hair. It always went well with my skin tone, but when I saw the pinks, I really wanted to do them. So to get the true pinks, most of you already know that you have to lighten your hair. To do it myself, I have a hard time putting foils on myself, and I'm not real comfortable putting bleach all the way through my hair either. So I looked at different techniques, and what I decided to do was what I call the twist method. Now I'm going to add some pictures as well, but I'd like to explain the twist method. I believe a tutorial needs to go along with it a little bit. So basically what the twist method is what I do is I section my hair off like in halo sections, leaving some drop down, and I take, probably about a 1-inch section. The smaller the section, the more color you're going to get. You take a great big section, you're going to get less color. Little sections, you're going to get more color. So what I literally do is I twist up the hair, and then I coat the outside of it with either bleach if I'm trying to lighten it a bit, or my pink. I do this to get the layering effect of the rose gold that I'm trying to accomplish. I've tried to use permanent color and just try and pull it through, and I was never getting the color results that I really wanted. I always wanted a little bit more pink, and eventually I ended up going a lot of pink, and I'm actually enjoying it a lot. I get a lot of compliments. So that's basically it. So take your sections, leave about 1-inch drop down, and go around and twist your hair. And I do each one individually. So I will twist that piece of hair, I will coat it, and then I will move on to the next piece of hair. Now, the thing to really understand is, like I said, the bigger the section, the less color you're going to have, because what you're ultimately doing is coating the outside of that twist. So everything that remains on the inside is not getting that color. So if you want a whole bunch of different colors, or you want to color almost your whole head, take very small sections. If you want to just put some real subtle, real fine highlights through your hair, I suggest taking 1-inch by 1-inch sections, or 2 by 2. I would never go bigger than 3 by 3, because then you're going to get blotchiness. And you have to also know, the closer you go to the root, obviously the color is going to go to the root, but because the root's naturally going to be thicker, it's going to remain your original tone more at the top, and as you pull down, you will see that it gets thinner and thinner and thinner, and the color or the bleach actually penetrates the ends really well. So what you end up with is this ombre effect. Now, specifically to get this color, what I'm doing now to maintain it, now that I've got it, is I am very gray. So I'm using 10 ROM Kenra. This is the one that I found that I really like. I've had a hard time. I've gone through quite a few, and I haven't gotten the results that I wanted. So the Kenra I'm pretty happy with. It leaves a little bit of a gold tone, which is what I want, because I want the underlying to be gold. So, and then what I do is I layer Joico Intensity, the soft pink, the Joico Color Intensity. Yeah, that's what it's called. I'm just looking at it. But I use the soft pink because I've tried to use the brighter pinks, and it's a little too much for my skin tone. I'm obviously a little bit older. I can't really pull off the bright colors. So I like the subtleness of it. So to maintain this color, I actually just did a highlight so I could get the ends a little bit lighter, so it would take that pink a little bit better, so I would get a little bit more of a pink result. It was getting a little too coppery for me. So if you can tell, you can see that I have all sorts of different dimensions in here. And that is from this twist method that I use, because then those blonde pieces and those coppery kind of golden pieces are coming through, so you get the layered effect. So if you'd like to give it a try, I'm going to put up a few pictures to kind of explain. You almost look like you have dreadlocks by the end, and I actually pin all those up on the top of my head and I put them under a cap. I myself let the Joico intensity process for as long as, I think it was 2 hours that I let it process the other day. It's a coating, it's a conditioner. It has no ammonia, it has no bleach. It's not going to hurt your hair. I find it actually works really well as a conditioner, and my hair feels better after the fact. So I wrap it up, because once that color dries up, it's not really processing your hair any longer. So good tip, do all your dreadlocks, your little twists, pin them up, put a cap over your head, and let it process. And then I simply rinse it out. I don't actually wash unless, you know, the color's a little too much for me. By washing it out, you're pretty much taking out everything that you just put in, because it fades so quickly. This is not a color you can keep with no maintenance. It's a color that you need to commit to. If I let this go, it kind of turns into a very brassy blonde, and that's not what I want. If I ever get tired of doing this and the weekly maintenance that it requires, I'll just go back to my copper. But it's a great way to get ombre highlights throughout your hair without foiling, which I can't do to I can, but it takes way too long. And I like to process my own hair. I like to do my own hair. That way, if I screwed up, it's my fault. If you have any comments or questions, please leave a comment or question below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And I hope you enjoyed my little video. Thanks. Bye.